People often ask, how do we prove the existence of Allah? Is it possible for a person to travel into space? Where is J? What's the speed of light? How many galaxies are there in the observable universe? What do we mean by a rational impossibility? And what exactly is logically impossible? But then the real question we should ask is, what is the state of the Ummah today? When we study philosophy, there are 6 key questions about motion and movement that need to be addressed. Some philosophers, particularly non-Muslim thinkers, claim that it's impossible for Allah to ascend. Why? They argue that cosmic radiation, gravity, and the lack of oxygen make such an ascent illogical. Yet in 1977, NASA launched the Voyager 1 spacecraft from Florida, making it a reality to travel into space. And long before that, over 400 years ago, it was established as possible to journey above the 7 heavens to the throne of Allah and return without the bed cooling or the water stopping. This speaks to the idea that we don't say, I am greater than Unus, based on logic alone. As Imam Iqbal says, Allah is outside time and space, and thus beyond anything we can fully comprehend. That's the logic behind it. To challenge this, we need to remember the words of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, do not give me Einstein. Einstein revolutionized our understanding with his general and special theories of relativity, showing us that time is relative. It moves faster for some and slower for others. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, experienced this on his night journey, Isra and Mi'raj. When he left his house, even a leaf that touched his blessed head began to move. As he ascended from the 1st heaven to the 7th, meeting various prophets along the way, he ultimately reached the throne of Allah. When he returned, the leaf was still in motion, illustrating that time and space operate differently in Allah's realm. This miraculous journey is beautifully reflected in the Quran, where we see the interconnectedness of the surahs, their linguistic beauty, their structural coherence, and their profound depth. Understanding this helps us appreciate the true depth of the Quran. Now, I'll explain some of the wisdoms, hikmah, behind the Prophet's journey and the significance of the locations he visited, where each prophet was stationed. I'll also share an easy acronym to help you remember the stages of his journey. To those who argue that such events are impossible, we ask, what kind of impossibility is this? Is it a rational impossibility or just a habitual one? Many people confuse the two, especially when considering concepts like infinite regress, a topic you'll encounter in philosophy. Also, let's talk about speed. The Prophet's personal speed was faster than light. His journey was not bound by the conventional speed limits of the universe. This shows that the 6 key questions posed by philosophers about time, space, and existence are beautifully answered within a single verse of the Quran. The beginning of the universe, its end, and the purpose of existence are all intricately tied together in Islamic teachings. To deny the Prophet's miraculous journey from Mecca to Jerusalem and then to the heavens is to deny something explicitly mentioned in the Quran, something we know as definitive knowledge. It's also essential for us to study Islamic eschatology. The 2nd heaven, for example, is described as the realm where the rules of descent and the signs of the universe are observed. This highlights why understanding the future of humanity, as revealed by the Prophet, is so critical. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, prophesied with incredible accuracy about the future, about people's attire, their lifestyles, even their hairstyles. He did this over 1,400 years ago, and to claim such knowledge of the future is extraordinary. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and unlike the vague predictions of figures like Nostradamus, the prophecies of the Prophet have been fulfilled in ways that are tangible, sometimes even through the actions of the enemies of Islam. This is the remarkable journey of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him.